Hello and welcome to Trojan Sports Now. I'm Shaaz Peerani.
And I'm Seth Carpenter. Stick around as we bring you the latest news and scores from Troy Athletics. Trojan football team ran out of time while trying to mount a comeback against Arkansas State on Saturday. Disappointment. That would be the one word that would describe the way Troy's high-scoring affair against Arkansas State ended. With about 13 seconds left on the clock, quarterback Caleb Barker completed a short pass to DK Billingsley for a couple of yards. But on the play, left guard Austin Stedman got hurt and was down. But the clock didn't get stopped until 9 seconds left in the game for the injury. And as a result, because Troy was out of timeouts, a 10-second runoff was applied, and the game was over without Troy getting one last chance to tie the game up, and thus losing 50-43. Head coach Chip Lindsey talked about the mood in the locker room after the game.
Obviously, we're all disappointed, didn't win the game, and we had a lot of opportunities. I really am proud of how our guys fought back. Obviously, down early and then tied the game 31-31 going to half. Overall, our team kept fighting. I like our team. I love our guys. They're all disappointed, like I said. But at the same time, when you play good football teams, mistakes come back to bite you and missed opportunities.
Those missed opportunities include getting inside the 5-yard line 3 times and having to kick field goals all 3 of those times instead of getting touchdowns.
Well, you take points early in the game. I mean, no question about that. I mean, if we'd done better on first, second, third down, I wouldn't have done it. But, it's part of it. You make decisions based on the timing of the game. And, obviously we want to take points. And, again, we gave them a touchdown on a fumble. We gave them 2 more. What was it? Was it a 7-point game? Is that what it ended up? I can't remember. A 7-point game. So, kicking field goals didn't bother me early for sure.
And while the game did end controversially, when asked about wanting one last play, quarterback Caleb Barker said he just wanted his mistakes back.
I really just wanted my plays that my mess-ups. You always think, what if you had one more? But I don't know if we had enough time or not. But tough loss, man.
And the Troy volleyball team opened up conference play this past weekend at home. Let's take a look at how the Trojans fared in their first weekend.
Try. The attempt to do something. That's exactly what Ark State's hopes were left at, as the Trojan volleyball team downed the Red Wolves 3-1 in their first Sun Belt Conference match of the season. The Trojans would start off slow as they would lose the first set 25-21. Head coach Josh Lauer says the team's serving abilities pushed the Trojans to get back in the game and to dominate the rest of the way.
We're a serve and pass team, and so we want to dictate what's going on from the service line. Key came in and served great. Nat went on a great run. Amar got us started there with a great service start in set 2. So, those are fundamental things that, we're trying to dictate and control in every match.
And heading into conference play, Coach Lauer says the team is finally the healthiest they could be, which not only gives them a boost off the bench, but helps in practice and in staying healthy as the season moves along.
The first couple weeks that we've been fully healthy as we're going to get, and so it makes the practice gym better. It allows us in practice to keep legs a little more fresh and rotate some people through so that, we have a little bit more energy and are physically better at the end of the week through our prep.
The team's energy is high at the moment, but sophomore setter Amara Anderson says the team needs to stay level-minded to avoid overconfidence.
It's really exciting knowing that we beat them because they're one of the best teams in our conference for sure, but I think we just have to stay confident but not overconfident as we continue to play other teams in the conference.
And on the second day of conference play, the volleyball team was facing off against Arkansas Little Rock in a battle between 2 Trojans. Stuart Bradley gives us a look at which Trojan team was victorious.
Friday night was a Trojan War. The Trojans of Troy defending their wall and the Trojans of Little Rock attempting to tear it down. Patrons looked on with eager anticipation and fear, roaring for a Troy victory. And at the end of a short battle, the Trojans of Little Rock met their demise. The first set was a close affair, with neither side able to gain the upper hand until a 10-2 run late in the set propelled Troy to a 25-19 victory. The second set proved to be much easier for Troy, as a 15-3 run after being down 3-1 early propelled them to a double-digit set victory. The third set would be a bit worrisome for Troy as they clung to a 14-12 lead before they finished the match on an 11-4 run, claiming victory 3-0. This marks the first time Troy has ever beaten both Sunbelt Arkansas teams in the same season.
Yeah, once you get into conference season, everything counts. you know, and we're all battling to, you know, be one of the top 2 teams on our side. We only get one shot at these teams from the West, so this was our shot. We took great advantage of it.
I mean, our team chemistry this year and everything that we've done to work hard so far has just brought us to this point, and it's the best start in Troy volleyball history.
While the match was business as usual for Cheyenne Hayes and Amara Anderson, another player that shined was Ashley Genber, who recorded 12 kills, the second most in the match, which built off of her performance from the previous night against Arkansas State.
Ashley had a really good weekend in general. She had a double-double last night, came out and was dynamite. We're very fortunate and blessed. You know, she's playing very good volleyball right now.
Well, I definitely think that my teammates are the ones who I give all the credit to. Like, Amara is definitely the most consistent setter, so it's amazing to get to play with her.
The Trojans will head to Statesboro to play Georgia Southern this Friday. Stuart Bradley, Trojan Sports Now.
And for the 4th week in a row, Amara Anderson was named Sunbelt Setter of the Week.
The Troy soccer team saw a different outcome to their first weekend of home conference games than they did last weekend. Let's take a look at the recap.
The Troy University soccer team bounced back from a winless road trip to the Carolinas as they first defeated Georgia State this past Friday 3-0 at home. The only goal of the first half was scored by sophomore midfielder Elisa Detlefsen, her first goal on the season. Detlefsen says the game plan was changed would help the midfielders maintain more possession of the ball.
Well, our formation was different. We came out in a different formation due to the other team's formation not matching our 4-3-3. So changing up our formation really helped in our midfield a lot.
And head coach Jed O'Connor says that not only tactics, but being at home and having time for preparation as well helps produce the attack and energy in these games.
The tactics that we employed, which weren't the attacking part, was a byproduct. But secondly, I think being able to have 3 training sessions at home this week, obviously with ice bath and stretch and foam roll, as you probably know too well. But yeah, the girls recovered and they were able to look after themselves, so we can see in their performance on the field.
And the barrage of goals continued in Game 2 as freshman Tatum Terrell got 3 balls in the back of the net. Alongside Terrell's 3 goals, the Trojans netted 4 more to beat ULM 7-1 on Sunday afternoon. Terrell says her goal has been long overdue after an ACL injury sidelined her, and she's glad to be back competing on the field.
I really missed it. Like, I've been playing like 3 other games in conference play and I didn't score, which is not usual, so I was a little down, but scoring a hat trick today made me really happy.
Even though Terrell had 3 of the team's 7 goals, she's coming off of an ACL injury and knows she still has some things to work on as the season continues to move along.
I feel like I could just hold the ball more and play with my team more than I did because I like panic when the ball's on my feet. So just like playing and relaxing and just playing my game.
Coach O'Connor was glad to have Tatum back on the field and knows that her performance wasn't only important for the team, but for her confidence as she is just coming back from injury.
I think that's going to be bigger for her than anyone else, the individual confidence that she's going to get knowing that she can, I can still play soccer. You know, so it was fantastic for her. I think that was a great plus.
The Trojans look to recover and get ready after competing on this hot weekend as they continue this 4-game homestand, as it will face off against South Alabama on Friday at 7 p.m. and Georgia Southern on Sunday at 1 p.m. Both games are set to take place at the Troy Soccer Complex.
And the star from the weekend was freshman forward Tatum Terrell. She had a hat trick in her first career start as a Trojan and got named Sunbelt Player of the Week as a result. This was the first time a Troy player had been named Sunbelt Player of the Week since 2017. Here is her reaction to winning the award.
I was really excited, I was super shocked because there's so many other players in the Sunbelt that play forward or in the offensive position, so I was really overwhelmed by it. And like I said before, our coach was mentioning it's a team effort, and without the assist I wouldn't be able to score. So I just really I'm overwhelmed by it.
We will hear from her later on in the show as I sat down with her for an interview.
Still to come on Trojan Sports Now, we'll have a preview of the Trojan football team's matchup against Missouri.
But first, I sit down with soccer's freshman forward Tatum Terrell. Stick around for more Trojan Sports Now.